What is going on, awesome peeps, and welcome back to another episode of Electrified Reviews. I hope you are having an amazing day and enjoying this very, very hot summer. Today we are reviewing the Green Bike Big Dog Extreme. This is a folder with some attitude, and honestly, it's just a great ride all around. We've reviewed quite a few electric bikes from Green Bike, and this company does an excellent job at picking and choosing the right components. And the Big Dog Extreme is no exception. This folding electric bike is powerful, fast, compact, and perhaps most importantly, it is comfy. The Big Dog Extreme has a starting price of $1,999 USD and comes in two main colors, black and white, with quite a few variations on the accent colors, including red, silver, orange, and gold. And this is nice because it adds a level of customization. And speaking of customization, you can also upgrade the battery from a 15 amp hour all the way up to a 21 amp hour battery for an extra $200, which honestly we are definitely going to recommend doing because it's a pretty good deal, and when it comes to extra range, it's better to have it and not need it sort of a thing, you know what I mean? Alright, let's dive into the specs. The Big Dog Extreme has a Bafang 750 watt geared hub motor with 80 newton meters of torque, and it can also boost up to 1200 peak watts for those really big hills. And while the Big Dog Extreme isn't exactly geared for off-road hill climbs, it is surprisingly powerful thanks partly to the mechanical advantage offered by the smaller 20-inch by 4-inch Innova fat tires, and also partly to the fact that we're working with a powerful Bafang motor here. And this motor can bring the Big Dog Extreme up to an unlocked top speed of 28 miles per hour, which can be reached using the throttle or the cadence sensing pedal assist. Now what's cool is even though the Big Dog Extreme is a folding electric bike, it still feels super stable even at top speed. That's pretty rare, and I think there's two reasons for this stability. First of all, there's quality components all around, and second, the tire profile of these Innovas are just they are a chef's kiss, man. Honestly, they're perfect, and they really give the Big Dog Extreme a moto feel, especially when you're cornering. You really gotta lean into it. Now, we've mentioned probably 100 times before, and we're gonna mention this again. Cadence sensors are notorious for having some latency with motor activation and deactivation, and the Big Dog Extreme is no different. It can take a second for the motor to kick on once you've started pedaling, and sometimes it can take a second for it to shut off when you've stopped pedaling. But that's not really a big deal here because, again, the Big Dog Extreme isn't geared for extreme off-road use. So you don't really need the hyper precision offered by a torque sensor, plus they cost a lot more money. Besides, you can overcome this latency by using the throttle and the motor inhibitors whenever you need to. The battery on the Big Dog Extreme is a 48 volt, 15 amp hour with a max estimated range of about 50 miles. And for those of you who want even more juice, again, there is also that 21 amp hour battery you can upgrade to for another $200. Now, since the battery and the motor are located in the rear of the Big Dog Extreme, this ride does feel a little bit back heavy. You can't really feel it while you're riding, but when you try to pick it up by the built-in handle on the frame, it does kind of want to tip backwards a little bit. Green Bike planned ahead here with this Silverfish style battery. Normally, with Silverfish style batteries, you have to remove the entire seat post before you can remove the battery, but the saddle on the Big Dog Extreme has a latch underneath that allows it to tilt forward. And that does make a difference when it comes to removing the battery. You know what, let's talk about this saddle actually, because it is super dope. As far as looks go, we're giving it 2 thumbs up. The studs are a good touch, but more than that, it's really quite comfortable, especially with that seat post suspension. The only downside here is that because it's so wide, it can make pedaling for long distances a bit uncomfortable. This also adds to the moto vibe of the Big Dog Extreme, and it makes me think that while, yeah, sure, you can pedal this bike around all day if you really want to, it really would just be a lot more fun to ride it like a moped. Thankfully, the Big Dog Extreme weighs in at a relatively light 61 pounds. The frame is made from 6061 aluminum alloy and has a 300-pound carry capacity. The rear storage rack bolts directly to the frame for added strength, and it's a great little accessory for strapping a few pizzas to, or maybe adding a passenger or whatever else you might need to carry. In the back, we've got a Shimano Altus 7-speed derailleur, which is a nice little upgrade point, and it's paired with a Shimano SIS index thumb shifter. The steel derailleur cage and the aluminum bash guard are also nice features that add an extra layer of protection from strikes. To bring the Big Dog Extreme to a stop, we've got Green Bike hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm rotors in the front and rear wheels. These brakes are great and they offer more than enough stopping power. They've also got motor inhibitors built into the brake levers, which automatically cuts power to the motors whenever they're depressed. This is a great safety feature and definitely something that you want on an e-bike that goes over 28 miles per hour. That's fast. The Mozo suspension have around 140mm of travel and do a good job of smoothing out small bumps, but they're going to bottom out pretty easily, so keep that in mind before tackling any sweet jumps. The headlight on the Big Dog Extreme is fairly bright, and it also has a horn built into it. It's actually a cool little feature. You can use it to alert people up ahead far in advance so you don't scare them. I'm sure everybody has come across that situation where you try to tell somebody, hey, I'm coming up on your right, and then they just freak out, they get scared. So having the horn, kind of a nice little touch. Wire management on the Big Dog Extreme is excellent with everything grouped up and bundled together, and they're even wrapped in one single nylon sheath. Such a nice touch. They're not internally routed, but that's okay. Most folders don't have internally routed wires because it's just too easy for them to get pinched when folding and unfolding. Speaking of folding and unfolding, it just takes a few seconds. There's a 2-stage lock in the middle of the frame and a single-stage lock on the handlebars. Drop those and the entire bike folds in half and gets into a pretty small package. You can also fold in the pedals if you need to save a few more inches. The Bafang display on the Big Dog Extreme is just awesome. You can see it super easy in even the brightest direct sunlight without any problem whatsoever. On the left side of the handlebars, we have the light and horn buttons and the independent button pad. And on the right side of the handlebars, we've got the thumb throttle and the shifter. All right, awesome peeps, that is it for the review of the Big Dog Extreme. Now, let's go for a test ride.